this video, Cresco International will demonstrate how to analyze social media topics and trends. This helps companies identify the pulse of an audience by enabling intuitive, guided data analysis of social channels. In this case, we will use GameStop as an example. First, we will create a new analysis entitled GameStop. In the topic section, we enter GameStop as the topic. In the themes section, we look at the topic according to themes that we would like to analyze. In this case, we break the topic into two themes, hardware and software. We then drill through hardware and add related keywords such as console, Xbox, and PlayStation to ensure that we capture more comprehensive results. You can now also specify a time interval you want to focus on. Here we focus on the past 3 months. Selecting all 4 languages provided and choosing all 3 sources, we can now start to create the analysis. The results come from 7 parts: topics, themes, sentiment, geography, source, active authors, and demographics. In the topic section, we can clearly see the social media trends of each day. In the past 3 months, 25,755 mentions on the 2 companies have been detected in 24,882 documents. We can also track the daily trends of each company in the line chart here. We can also zoom in on the chart to focus on a shorter time period. Next, we move to the themes section. Most of the Twitter mentions are not related to software and hardware. We only have 2,503 mentions on software and 1,701 mentions on hardware, out of 25,755 total mentions. People are most likely to direct comments on software than on hardware. In the sentiment section, we notice that most of the mentions are neutral. Nearly 16% of those mentions are positive and ambivalent, while 7% of those mentions are negative. In addition to the sentiment section, we can focus on geography characteristics of the Twitter mentions. We can see that most mentions come from the United States. Drilling down to a lower geography level, we can see the detailed Twitter mentions of each state. Most of the mentions come from California, New York, and Texas. Next, we go to the detailed city levels, where we can see how the companies are discussed in each city. On the sources section, we can see how the mentions come from each source. Most of the mentions are generated from Twitter and boards. These social media analytics also provide the ability to track the source of all mentions. In the active author section, the top 20 authors who generated the most content will be shown in the tree map according to the volume of the content. The deeper color indicates there are more followers of this author. Some people choose to reveal their gender, marital status, and parental status on social media sites. In the demographics section, we can see the percentage of mentions by demographics. For those who did not show their demographics on the social sites, it will be indicated as blank. While we generated visualized reports, a dataset that supports those findings has also been created. We can perform filters on those datasets, and the above chart will change in dynamics. This dataset can also be downloaded for data mining activities or loaded into other analytics tools. After we finish the overview of GameStop, we can now make some comparisons between GameStop and its competitors. In this case, we create a new social media project entitled GameStop 2. In the topics section, we enter GameStop, Amazon, Best Buy, and Walmart as the topics. Because Amazon, Best Buy, and Walmart sell not only games and other game-related products, we just want to focus on their game-related items. Drilling through Amazon, we enter games at the context term, which we will extend the topic from Amazon to games under Amazon. Similar actions have been taken on the other 2 topics. Keeping the themes the same, we used in the previous project, specifying the length to be the past 3 months and choosing all 4 languages, we now start to create the analysis. In the topics section, we can clearly see that GameStop has the highest volume of mentions, followed by Amazon. In the line chart, we notice that there are increasing trends in GameStop and Amazon after February 15th. We can apply filters by clicking here to focus on one company. In the themes section, we can see how the themes are discussed under each company. People are most likely to mention software than hardware. GameStop is still the most talked about topic in the theme discussion. In the sentiment section, we notice that Amazon has the highest percentage of positive and ambivalent mentions, followed by Walmart, Best Buy, and GameStop. And Walmart has the highest percentage of negative mentions, followed by GameStop, Amazon, and Best Buy. Most of those mentions on each company are neutral. We mentioned in the first project that a dataset has been generated for analytics or data mining purposes. Therefore, we will take this data and create a prediction. We create a prediction project entitled GameStop and set a target on the variable sentiment. We notice the predictive spiral shows the predictive strength of three important variables: source, type, and date, which means those three metrics have independent impacts on sentiment. By clicking on the distribution chart of source, sentiment, distribution across three sources are shown clearly in this histogram. By clicking on details, we observe how those ratios change. Same as source, similar steps can be used in other variables to detect more insights. In most cases, metrics do not have an impact independently. Instead, they provide comprehensive results. Moving on to two-field analysis, the predictive strength is demonstrated by interactions between the two metrics. And we notice the predictive strength is increasing by showing more close to the center in the predictive spiral. Clicking on the first chart, we can see how source and theme can provide interaction impacts on sentiment. Clicking details, we can observe the visualized results of how the ratios change under each condition. And more insights will be listed here. Finally, the combination type analysis in IBM Watson Analytics automatically builds a moderate predictive model with comprehensive results. The decision tree highlights the highest probability path toward each type of sentiment with options to choose highest likelihood, lowest likelihood, or the full tree. The results show the target variable named sentiment is associated with 5 variables. All of the variables are sized in proportion to the predictive importance. In this case, source is the most effective variable. In summary, IBM Watson Analytics provides detailed probability predictions. If the target variable is set to high likelihood of positive, then we can see each condition detail and its relative probability. The predictive likelihood will be shown in the left blue area once the condition is met. The likelihood will be shown in the left blue area